Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at two different wheel cap covers for the Tesla Model Y from EV Base. Visually, I like the Tempest style. This is carried over from the Model S, but the Induction style also looks great. If you decide you want anything from the EV Base website, use code Dylan for 15% off anything. This video isn't sponsored, but they did send me these cap covers so I could do some testing. If you've seen my channel before, you know that the primary thing I'm going to be looking at is efficiency testing. So I'm going to be comparing and contrasting these two different wheel covers alongside the Gemini wheel cap covers from Tesla. So will these wheel cap covers make your car more efficient, less efficient, or essentially the same compared to the default look of the Tesla Gemini wheel covers? My only thing to note with the setup process is that you do have to manually apply the foam tape to the edges of these wheel cap covers yourself, as well as the center cap. So I got in to put my car in chill mode and then also to reset the trips. So I have the Tempest caps on right now. I've never seen this before. This is a stretched out model of a sedan. Normally it uses like a bus or something, but super strange. I've really never seen this before. So for those of you who haven't seen my previous videos around these wheel caps before, the way that I do this test is I have a 21-mile preset loop that I do. I put my car on chill mode, autopilot at 72 miles per hour for as much as the drive as possible. I start the trip right when I get up to speed, trying to get rid of any potential variables like, my acceleration or things like that. I manually set the climate control, so it is going to be running at a constant speed regardless of the temperature in the car. I also preconditioned the car before going on the first trip as well, so we kind of get the experience of them all starting from the same place. Now, it's not going to be perfect. There are definitely going to be some small things here and there, but overall, we're just looking to see, are these wheel cap covers more or less efficient than the default Gemini wheel cap covers? And then, because I'm testing two here today, I'm going to do the Tempest first, I'm going to do the Gemini second, and then I'm going to do the Induction style third, and then we'll just see what the average efficiency ends up being. Driving right now around 1 p.m, so I hope it's not too busy on the highway. I'm also doing this today because it's a bit overcast, so it's 105 out instead of the 115 that it's been. And because I have to do these all kind of together, I don't want the temperature change in the day to affect the efficiency of the car. All right, so we're getting up to speed. Right when I get into the lane, typically, I set on autopilot, put it to 72, and then reset the trip. Done with about half of the trip. I've logged probably a little bit over 10 miles here, and then we just head right on back and then swap out the covers. Obviously there's a bit of variability in terms of energy consumption at idle because of waiting for the light, but I really can't control for these sorts of things, and I hope that just over the course of the length of the drive kind of evens out and helps negate some of these smaller variables that might peak in here and there. On the screen here, it showed that I drove 21 miles, used 5 kilowatt hours of energy, although this is probably something like 5.9 to be honest, and then an average energy of 258 watt hours per mile. I just got back from my first drive, and then I'm going to be swapping out these covers. I'm keeping the climate control on in the car just so there's no excess use of energy when I first start driving, and then we'll see how it goes. Renaming this to Gemini. Once I get onto the highway, I will reset it so we can start from zero. With the Gemini wheels, I also traveled the same 21 miles, and this time I used an average efficiency of 260 watt hours per mile. Just swapped on the Induction style wheels, and I'm doing the last driving test of the day. So with the Induction caps, I got the exact same average energy usage of 260 watt hours per mile, and looking at all three of them compared to each other, the Tempest caps had slightly better average efficiency at 258 watt hours per mile, but I'm going to go ahead and say that the difference between the three of these is probably negligible, and I don't think you would see any significant changes, positive or negative, in efficiency or aerodynamics using any of these wheel cap covers. Now, there are other wheel cap covers that I've tested that are more efficient by a relatively decent margin, so it was around 3%, 2%, and that could be worth considering if you're going on a road trip, but I'll link those in the description down below. Given that the efficiency is basically the same, I'm going to stick with the Tempest covers. I just like their look. I think they're unique to the Model Y, but let me know which one of these you like better in the comments down below. One thing to note between these two is that the materials they use are different. The matte black plastic of the Induction style wheel caps is slightly different than the sometimes glossy and softer looking plastic of the Tempest wheel caps. I do think that the glossy plastic does have a higher chance of picking up some scratches, but only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again real soon.